waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Every year I get an opportunity to represent a brand or a product that I truly do believe in. This year I'm taking my talents to none other than PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the easiest and fastest way to play daily fantasy sports. Pick over or under on player props to win up to 10 times your money. You can download the app on Apple Store or Google Play, or just play online. Big payouts, 24/7 live support, fast and secure withdrawals. PrizePicks is available in 30 states, including DC and Canada, with the exception of Ontario. Get in the game. Play PrizePicks today. Sign up right now for your opportunity to get a 100% deposit match using code PHINSTALK, PHINSTALK, PHINSTALK. Get your 100% deposit match now. Good luck, everyone. Let's get this money. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Hit that like button on your way in the building. We got Monday Night Football. This is a great scouting session for us Miami Dolphin fans because we got the GreenBay Packers next week, and we get to get a firsthand look at what they are going to look like, okay? A lot of people say, Tua ain't nothing but another Baker Mayfield. Maybe we get a preview tonight. I don't know. I ain't said that, but I'm just saying. We may get a preview tonight. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the building. What's up, everybody? TD with the PrizePicks drip. You already know I done got my PrizePicks in. Hey, y'all better get y'all's in. I got Aaron Rodgers. He got the PrizePicks promo sweater on tonight, 223.5 yards. I got him going over. And then I did a little NBA sweater, CJ McCullough with 18.5 over that tonight. Go download PrizePicks now. The link is in the description of the video. Ladies and gentlemen, they're doing the 12 days of Xmas. Take advantage of that now because everybody wearing a sweater on PrizePicks right now, they're boosting the payouts on the 2 picks. They are boosting the payouts on the 2 picks. So if you're not taking advantage of it, that's on you. That's on you. Already got my 2 pick in. So good luck to everybody playing tonight. And send me your winnings, all right? With Purdy. Oh Lord. I wish Tua had BM's arm. I don't know what y'all talking about, man. Y'all get off of Tua, man. Y'all leave Tua alone. That's our quarterback, man. Y'all leave the man alone. Listen, man, we get a first-hand watch tonight of the Green Bay Packers. I'm so interested because I just want to see how they're going to play tonight. Their season is over. Do they care? Are they looking for a good draft pick? All of that good stuff. I don't know. So we're going to find out tonight. So I'll be calling the game. I'll also be doing some we'll be talking about the Dolphins as well. I'll be answering some of y'all questions and things of that nature. One moment, y'all. My bad. Let's see. But yeah, I'll be answering y'all questions and stuff as well. But we ready for the night, man. We ready for the night. See how it goes down. I'm excited about it. Green Bay Packers, Los Angeles Rams. We'll see what happens. Dolphins coming off a 3-game losing streak, y'all. It ain't looking good, man. But I do think that we're about to win 3 games in a row. And that's all that really matters to me. Right now, we're the 7th seed in the playoffs. We can't get any higher. It's not likely to get any higher than the 5th. So no matter what, our first round playoffs, we're on the road regardless. If we make it. So at this point, it's just about get in. So we need to win games so we can get in. It's that simple. All right. Did you see the video on Twister? I don't know what Twister is. I don't know if you're talking about Twitter, and then you got to tell me what video you're talking about. So please elaborate. All right. Elaborate for me, Greg. Dolphins have 3 tough games coming up. They should be tough. They tough, but I think we win all 3. We're better than all 3 teams. You know me. I'll tell you when we ain't better than somebody. People get mad at me, but I'll tell you when we ain't better than somebody. We better than all 3 of these teams. Now, I mean, it's a possibility to lose, but if we playing our best football, I don't see us losing. I don't see that happening. I just don't see how it happens. It would be very disappointing if it did. Man, it would be very disappointing. So we're going to be talking about that this week. Today I needed, man, I took a break today, y'all. I had to travel and do all that stuff, finish out the traveling. I was going to go live on the road, but I said, no, so I'm settled in now. I'm at my destination and let's get it, man. This week we'll be covering a lot of stuff, talking about a lot of things. Give me a second. Okay, the game about to kick off. I'm trying to bring up my game cast real quick so that I can keep track of the stats as well. I like doing that during the game. All right, there we go. All right, Rams get the ball first. They already got the kickoff and they chop down at the 20-yard line. So that's what it is. That's where it'll begin. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Again, hit that like button on your way in the building. Punch that like button on your way in the building, all right? TD, you slow. Yeah, I'm streaming. I mean, I'm supposed to be behind. So, all right, first down, handoff, cutback, run, a good run, and it's still going for 15 yards. On the first play of the game, Cam Akers rushed for 15 yards off the left end. Already getting a little work in. So we already look like, hey, we might be running the ball versus the Packers. D. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. All right, single back, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Hand off again, nowhere to go. This time they lose 3 yards. Maybe you don't run the ball. I don't know. They're going to say 2 yards, so 2nd and 12 coming up. Now, Green Bay's defense, they play very well. They do have a good defense, but it ain't nothing I don't think we can break right through, honestly. Rams already got an injury. Who you picking for this game? I ain't gonna lie, Green Bay gonna win. All right, the Rams in the shotgun, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Rams take the snap, and we got whistles. False start on the offense. Even worse. 2nd and 17 coming up. TD, why don't you stream college games? I don't really rock with college football. The reason why is I'm a huge Hurricanes fan, and they ain't great, so it's hard to really every Saturday get into it. I'm so busy that, I got to use my Saturdays to, spend with my family as much as I possibly can. So I choose not to do too much college football in my life. Not anymore. I used to heavy. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. They hand it off again, and this time they're still only going to get 2 yards. And 3rd and 15 coming up. Two to the left, 1 to the right, tons of cushion. Back to pass, zone coverage. Throws deep middle, got him. Yeah, we're going to eat them alive. Yeah, we're going to get them. That's a 17-yard gain by Baker Mayfield. The Rams, they traded for him when Stafford got hurt. Yeah. Or he got cut. He got cut and they picked him up. I don't know what's up with Rodgers. I think he's playing tonight. All right, here we go. Mayfield on the center. Another handoff. And that's going to be 1 yard. So they are cramming this line of scrimmage. After one good run, they've had 3 bad ones. Would I want Aaron Rodgers? With these weapons, yeah. I wouldn't want him to lift our franchise, but going out, about to retire with these weapons, he's going to be a window quarterback. Whoever want to win now and got everything around them, you take Aaron Rodgers. The Cowboys, you can't give up on that. Incomplete on 2nd and 9. The pressure was coming. 3rd and 9 coming up next. Oh, Lord. 3rd and 9, y'all. But I've been telling y'all for years Dak ain't the answer.
I was crying. No. Dak is a franchise QB. It's just him and these people.
Yeah, he a franchise QB because y'all made him one.
No, he's worth being a franchise QB.
All right.
I'm not saying
20 years of nothing. Watch.
Okay, all right.
Trips to the left.
Quarterback.
Yeah, it is so many quarterbacks. Keep going until you get that one.
Okay.
Baker sacked. Oh, he avoided the sack, and now he got sacked.
That's the dumbest logic ever.
Fourth down, they'll be punting the ball, huh? It ain't dumb.
Not every team is gonna win it. Like it might take a team 40 years to win a Super Bowl.
That's right, but I know at the quarterback position, I feel like you keep on swinging the bat until you hit that home run. No, that's not true. We've wasted too much time on quarterbacks. That's what we've done.
Then how did the Eagles win with who? The Eagles won a Super Bowl with their backup quarterback.
Yeah, but again, they had a historic roster that could only be together for 1 year. No, you get that, but if you're talking about a franchise quarterback, you're talking about long-term sustainability. The Eagles weren't going for long-term sustainability when they won. They backups were starters on that team. Yeah, he could be. That can be worth being a franchise quarterback. All y'all want him to. And at the end of the day, 20 years from now, he gonna be getting Romo'd, and y'all gonna be going to the next one. And Romo was a franchise quarterback too. And then
there's so many QBs, there's so many players without a Super Bowl win. That doesn't mean they don't deserve to start.
I didn't say they didn't deserve to start. I mean, the truth of the matter is. There's only like 7 franchise quarterbacks in the league every year. Now, there's about 20 that you think are franchise quarterbacks because they got the contract.
So you're saying franchise
No,
money.
screw the money. I'm talking about guys you know. Brady was a franchise quarterback. Aaron Rodgers was a franchise quarterback. Patrick Mahomes was a franchise quarterback. See, those type of guys are franchise quarterbacks. Yeah, they're hard to come by. That's the point. Since they're so hard to come by, you need to realize that you need to keep swinging it back until you get one. And once you got one, that's when you hold on for 20 years. But look at this. Would you rather swing in the bat for 20 years or swinging it once and then hoping that one ball get hit for 20 years? No. Nope, that's where you start. I've learned my lesson. That's where you start. You find that guy. It is more work to find the team complimentary for the guy than to find the guy. See, that's a misconception. Is you know how hard it is to find a franchise quarterback? Do you know how hard it is to put a team around an average guy and win a Super Bowl? They had a historic defense that had a name, Legion of Boom, and a historic run game with Mr. Skittles himself. Come on. Yeah. Again, if you're gonna have a great O-line, a historic run game, and a historic defense, then give me Baker Mayfield. Give me Tua Tagovailoa. Give me Ryan Tannehill. But that's harder to do. That's actually harder than continuing to search for a franchise quarterback.
But I think to put it on one man's shoulders, a quarterback's shoulders, put it on his shoulders.
Yeah, you don't want to put it on all his shoulders, but when you get a guy you can't replace that. And Dylan just made a good point. That makes the point. Dallas with Cooper Rush. What's the difference? Some will argue you were better with him.
That's true, Dylan. We sure did less picks with him for sure.
So, no. Listen, this franchise quarterback notion is a fan-based thing. They fall in love with the high pick or whatever it may be. And Aaron Rodgers got 45 days to throw the ball, which is ridiculous, and it's incomplete. The receiver dropped it. Second and 10 coming up. And I know our secondary ain't finna hold up like that. Aaron Rodgers back there all day. Oh, we definitely somebody getting toasted.
I'm honestly sick of football.
And I agree. Somebody says some great teams make average quarterbacks look like franchise quarterbacks. And that's the truth. Handoff on second down. Jones up the middle, gets about 5 yards. 3rd and 5 coming up. But the truth is, it's not putting it all on that one person's shoulders. The thing is, you got to show up. Like, and everybody mad at the video Colin Cowherd made, right?
I like Colin Cowherd.
Well, the video he just
reading my Cowboys for filth though.
the video he just made about Tua. He said the problem is you got all these Dolphin fans. They think the line of expectation is he didn't do bad. You see how your thought process is so janked up. If that's your expectation, he wasn't the reason we lost. He didn't hurt us. You see what I mean? Instead of he carried us. He had excellent ball placement.
But that's the fandom because sometimes
fourth quarter he carried us.
It's the fandom because sometimes I be what is one of the first things I asked you when Dak throws a pick? I asked you
whose fault
was it? Because I don't want it to be Dak's fault because I'm a fan of Dak. You know what I mean? But I also can acknowledge that Dak has played like boo-boo garbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Green Bay moving the rock. Aaron Jones 9 yards at the Aaron Rodgers first down throw. This is what our fan base has come to. Well, he didn't play bad. Yeah, but nobody can say he carried us. Nobody can say he did this and he did that. The man had 2 or 3 throws you can remember in the game, and that's it.
I know, but what you're asking for is a Brady, and it's hard to go and an Aaron, and that's hard to come by.
Yeah, but again, it could be hard to come by, but when you got a fan base that's delusional and acting like you already got it, that's where the issue is. So when will you ever get that guy if you keep thinking you already have it? You don't. But give up on them Cowboys, baby. You can be a Dolphin fan. You're better off. Because we're gonna fix our issues soon.
I'm done with football.
What's up, Lou? What's up, Lou? EM done went missing on us, man. He don't want to talk. I spoke to him briefly. He making every excuse in the world. Tua played good enough. Oh my gosh, man. Boy, EM done went full-blown to an ear. Oh, man. 2nd and 3 coming up. Aaron Rodgers with a quick pass to Lazard. Man, thankful y'all could have took Herbert from us. Boy, that's crazy, ain't it? Chargers fans will always remember that. And let me tell you, man, after this play, I got to say something about Herbert. On 2nd and 3, Rodgers back to pass. Throws, got his guy. First down, in the red zone now. I got to say this about Herbert. Herbert actually had a bad game versus Tennessee, y'all. He had a trash game. Hear me. It ain't only 2. I say this too. He actually had a trash game versus Tennessee, but still showed up when it mattered most. He still showed up when it mattered most in that game. The big throws he made at the end to put his team in position. Still showed up for his team. Nobody asking nobody to be perfect, but you still got to show up. You think the Jazz can beat the Jets Thursday? You know what? I truly don't know. It's going to be very interesting. And even in that bad game, he threw for 313. And technically he had almost like a 70% completion. So it wasn't as bad. I just knew he threw 2 picks. He broke through Tennessee a little bit. He had no passing touchdowns. But he broke through that defense. He did enough, and he played solid enough to win. I just say he played like trash because he had 2 picks. But his trash ain't nowhere near what the trash was when we saw us play Tennessee. It wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. Man, let me give y'all that actual calculation. He was 28 of 42, 67% completion. 313 yards and 2 interceptions. And that ain't great whatsoever. But when it mattered most, he showed up in that game and got the victory. In large part to what he did. I'm going to say another thing about him as the Green Bay 2nd and goal from the 5. Fake the handoff. Aaron Rodgers in trouble. Incomplete. No flags. 3rd and goal coming up from the 5. Got to say another thing about Herbert. They released the information today. I didn't know this. First player in NFL history to have over 4,000 yards in all first 3 seasons. He had 4,000 yards in all, at a minimum 4,000 yards in his first 3 seasons. Now, I tweeted out what's actually impressive about this is the fact that he did it with and without a coach that believed in him, because most people don't even know the story about Herbert's rookie year. They didn't even want to play him. The coach didn't even want to play him. The coach didn't even believe in him. If it wasn't for a medical malpractice, he wouldn't have never even got a chance to play early on. The coach didn't believe in him. As Aaron Rodgers is going to have to settle for a field goal. The coach didn't even believe in him. And they talk about how our coach didn't believe in our guy. But he still came out there his rookie year and put up those numbers with or without a coach that believed in him. So the whole thing of the reason why is because Tua's coach didn't believe in him. Herbert did it regardless. Now, another reason why it was impressive, because he did it with and without an O-line. With the O-line, he was phenomenal. This year, he got one of the worst O-lines in the NFL. Go look it up. Due to injuries and just trash play, one of the worst O-lines in the NFL. He's able to do it with and without an O-line. And then I tweeted the last reason why it's impressive. He did it with and without his weapons. We already know what he did with his weapons. This whole season, he ain't had his collection of weapons and did it. And you know what I should have tweeted as a number 4? He did it hurt and not hurt. We know what he is when he ain't hurt, and now he's playing through a rib injury and still doing it. All of the reasons and excuses people talk about for the Miami Dolphins, what's impressive about Herbert, he can do it with or without. With or without. It's that simple. Herbert has no playoff wins, but yeah, a good number. Hey, you can hold that to him. But what does that tell you? This is the interesting part to me. If you want to bring up the fact of, but he ain't got no playoff wins, then what does that tell you about Justin Herbert? What does that tell you about Justin Herbert if he ain't got no playoff wins? I want to understand your point of bringing that up. And just let that person answer, because I want to understand their point. You bring it up, but he ain't got no playoff wins. What does that tell you about him? I want to see the point of you bringing it up. I'm going to wait on that response. I'm just interested in the thought process there. Please tell me what it tells you. Now, I want the same person to answer. Oh. Mm-hmm. All right, let me see. Let me go see if he answered. That means you can't win the big games. All right, so if that means you can't win the big games, then tell me what that means about Tua. Then what does that mean about Tua? He ain't got no playoff wins. He ain't been to the playoffs. So what does that tell you about Tua? At least Herbert got the stats. Tua ain't got those, with or without. So whatever it tell you about Herbert, did it tell you the same thing about Tua then? But at least he got the numbers. At least he got the numbers. So no, I'm sorry. All right, the Rams going to come back out and try to get it done again. You good? All right. All right, here we go. Baker man starting at the 26-yard line. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that game Thursday night. Play action, first down, steps up, nowhere to go, sacked. Held on to the ball too long. Second down coming up. Trevor Lawrence is better than Tua. It's still going to take some time to determine that. He's played well lately, but I don't go off of small sample sizes. You should learn that by now. What happened? Oh, which people? About 200 people rocking. Herbert can't win the big games either. It was a big game when we played them. Playoff implications. It was a big game last week. This weekend, playoff implications. One. I don't get what you're saying. Our guy is literally like 0 for 5 in big games. Herbert just won 2 back-to-back. When the season is on the line, you lose and it's over. Your season on the line, he took care of it. When our season on the line, our guy has flaked. Five-yard penalty, 3rd and 11 coming up. No, but it'll have to be for the second half. PrizePicks? Yeah. You have to do it for the second half. Do you think the front office considers Tua as our franchise quarterback? No, not at all. Unless, you know what? They probably do because we might still have an incompetent front office. That's a reality. You could put 2 and 2 together. After this play, I'll tell you my thoughts on your question. Quads to the right, back to pass. Those are incomplete. Try to throw a reverse screen. No, if they do, then they're incompetent. How can you think a guy is a franchise quarterback when he has accomplished nothing? He has absolutely accomplished nothing. Hadn't been to a playoff game, in large part due to him. How can you think somebody's a franchise quarterback and you haven't won one big game in the NFL? Not a single one. When it matters the most. How can you be considered a franchise quarterback? Because you won 5 games in a row? Is that what it is? I'm good. Yeah. How can you? Absolutely makes no sense. Say hi. Yeah. Yeah, you know it's a green screen. I know, right? What if we lose out? We ain't losing out. We're not playing. Let's be honest. The GreenBay Packers, they don't won 5 games for a reason. They ain't, man, come on.
You think you're tanking?
Well, at this point, it's all about draft pick. It don't mean nothing else. It wouldn't make sense. The Patriots, y'all, come on, man. They ain't beat us in 3-4 years, feel like. Now, the Jets will be a little tougher, but we already know what time it is. And when we win them 3 games, all the delusion going to be right back. Oh, we got a gun. Oh, franchise quarterback. Is it too late for the MVP? Oh, we're going to be right back to delusion land. Go to the playoffs, first round, get ran off. Everybody who's saying we got to at least win 1 playoff game, they're going to change their tune and be like, at least we did something we ain't doing a long time, and it's because of him. That's what's going to happen. We know, man, we know the book. We know what's going to happen. We already know what's finna go down. Get smoked in the first round. Oh, man, it was his first playoff game. But next year, if he do that, then it's an issue. We know how this work, man. This ain't nothing new. Somebody said the offense put up 30 points. What more do you want them to do? Put up one more point than the other team? That's it. That's all we asked them to do. Put up one more point than the other team. That game required 33 points to win. That's what we need you to put up. See, this is what bothers me the most. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Put your thinking cap on. How many points did you think the Buffalo Bills was going to score? How many points did you think they were going to score? Have you not seen our secondary give up over 30 points in every road game we've played this season? How many points? And then we actually going up against a top offense? How many points did you think they were going to score? That's common sense. Them played like 6 road games and gave up an average of 33 in every one of them. Did somebody need to tell you before the game? If Buffalo scores 32, do you think you can win? Because that's what y'all defense gave up every game. All y'all same wise guys would have been like, we still will win. Yep, our offense is still going to go. We could still win. That's exactly what you'd have said out your mouth. But now we didn't put up enough points. Well, I mean, we put up 29. What more do you want them to do? Your defense even gave you a turnover. They didn't. Your defense even got you an extra possession. Theirs didn't. These excuses, you even got an extra possession and you got a field goal off of it because it was in great territory, but we could only get 18 yards, so we stalled after 1 first down. Y'all act like it's brand new. Y'all know they were going to put up 30. It was a matter of could we outshoot them? And I said this in preseason about Tua Tagovailoa. Let's say this is a better season. Let's say that he is better this year. Let's say that at the end of the day, their defense trash, our defense trash. They run game trash, our run game actually played great. Advantage to us. They turned the ball over. We didn't even turn the ball over. But I told y'all all offseason, this is what y'all need to think about when it comes to Tua Tagovailoa. If our defense is a top defense and we're playing against the top defense, our O-line is a top O-line and we're playing against the top O-line, our receiving core is great and we're playing against a great receiving core. If everything is the same, what does a game come down to? And Aaron Rodgers just overthrew a ball to a wide open receiver for easy money. Yeah, they tanking. What does it come down to at the end of the day when both teams are evenly matched? It come down to the quarterback. And what did Aaron Rodgers do in that game? He showed you why it came down to the quarterback. That man start using his legs, start throwing darts, start just picking us apart at the end. And Tua had a shot to do the same thing, 3 and out. Raggedy passes in the flat. Raggedy out route that almost got picked. And the crazy thing is, we ran the ball very well, but y'all crying about we should have ran it more. There go your answer right there. If you got to say we should have ran it even more, then you ain't got a guy. You ain't got a guy. I want y'all to think about the narrative the last 24 hours. We should have ran it more. You ain't got a guy. You ain't got that guy. You don't have that guy. If out your mouth you could defer to say we should have ran it even more, which we should have because I know we ain't got that guy. We definitely should have ran it more because we don't have that guy. But all you're doing is admitting without knowing that you're admitting we don't have a guy. So all y'all with that narrative, we should have ran the ball more, all you're doing is admitting that you ain't got that guy. You just don't. We just don't. But the most frustrating thing about it all as a Dolphin fan is that Tua is good enough to not be good enough. And I'm going to say this. Yeah, Saturday night was a perfect example of a game of a quarterback that's good enough not to be good enough. That was a perfect example game of being good enough not to be good enough. Gosh, where nobody want to say you the reason, but truth of the matter is we needed more from you to be the reason. Regardless of drops or drop touchdowns, there was still so much you could have done and didn't. And I'm going to tell y'all now, if Tua could just fix one thing, we can get through these mediocre moments. His freaking ball placement has been abysmal since he came in the league, and y'all won't recognize that crap. His ball placement is putrid. And I keep telling y'all, just because it's a catch does not mean it's great ball placement. And that's why the yards after the catch has suffered for 3 freaking years. Yards after the catch is how you win in this league. That's how you win in this league. Y'all don't think it's interesting that Tyreek Hill is about to have more catches and yards than he's ever had in his career. But it's going to be the 6th highest yards per reception. Everybody, oh, he doing better with Mahomes. No, his yards per reception, Mahomes had 4 years of greater yards per reception with Tyreek. That's what matters. So what that tells you is if Tyreek catches the exact same amount of balls with Mahomes, he would already had 2,000. Yards per reception is the stat that matters to see who he's more productive with. Yeah, he's getting more yards with us. That's also because we're force feeding it to him, giving him more catches. But the yards per reception tells you how efficient you are with him. And this will be the 5th highest yards per reception. In this historic year, you would think it would be greater, but it's the 5th highest. Mahomes has had 4 seasons with a higher yards per reception. There's still 3 games. Maybe he can get 2 more yards per reception average up by throwing a whole bunch of bombs, and that'll get Tyreek up there like with Mahomes' numbers. But the ball placement has been so horrible. How many times has Tyreek had to jump up in the air, reach down low, go out in front of him, turn backwards again? And now, here's the janky part about it. That Lions game, man, I ain't never seen Tua that surgical in my life. Now, I know they were wide open, but even wide open, that was a level of surgery. That was a level of surgery. I ain't had no words for it. I was like, oh, man, he do that 8 games in a season. He gonna debunk everything I ever said. But I knew it wasn't gonna happen. 8 games. Psh. But that was surgical. Will we ever get that kind of tool on a consistent basis? And I don't believe so. Or will we get that level of tool against great competition, an actual great defense? Because every great defense gets got by somebody elite. And same 49ers defense, go look at what Mahomes did to him. Go look at what Mahomes did to him. Please. Tua had 2 bad quarters. Tua had 2 bad quarters. It all Tua fault. Defense had 3 bad quarters. It Tua fault. Chargers doing more with the defense than the Dolphins. Okay. The defense had 3 bad quarters. I'm just trying to understand. The defense had 3 bad quarters. Yeah, do y'all remember what the score was at halftime? Wait, which game are we talking about? Because you bringing up Chargers. Are we talking about Chargers or Buffalo? I need to understand the game you're talking about first. What game are you talking about? Who was that? Michael Simmons. So I got to wait on Michael. I'm going to wait on Michael's reply. What game are we talking about? In the meantime, Fins, everyone but the QB needs to be special. Teams like Bills, KC, the QB is special. Margin for error is smaller with Fins. That's the difference. Good point. Good point. All right. I'm still waiting on the homie to tell me what game he talking about. Michael Simmons. Where you at, Michael? Tell me what game you're talking about. Come on, man. What game you talking about, Michael? What game you talking about, Michael? Come on, Michael. What game you talking about, Michael? Oh, there you go. He said, I'm just saying the Chargers have injury. Hold on. Hey, he just said something. They went fast. Okay, injury just like the Dolphins, and they are getting more from their defense. The Chargers have injury just like the Dolphins, and they're getting more from their defense. That's not true. Just because Tua sucked don't mean their defense did more. Just because Tua sucks don't mean their defense did more. It's called your quarterback was playing bad. If your quarterback controlled what he can control and hit all them wide open people, we would have said our defense played better than theirs. We would have easily said our defense played better than theirs. It's that simple. Just because we gave up more points and stuff does not mean that our defense didn't play worse than theirs. Our offense just didn't execute like theirs. So basically what you're saying is they didn't give Tua any opportunity. And I'm here to tell you it was harder for Herbert than Tua in that game. We ran a lot more man coverage. We had tighter windows. Herbert didn't have as many wide open receivers. Because when we go over the film study, you see we got guys wide open, but Tua out here forcing it into double, triple, and quadruple coverage with wide open guys. We went over the film. We already did the film. We already did the film, bro. Let's sit here and say their defense was better. No, our offense was just worse. Our offense is worse. Bro, at the end of the day, Tua is our quarterback now, and probably next year. After next year, we'll see and reevaluate. Okay, do what you want. I already know what time it is. I just talk about it. I know he's our quarterback now, and that's why I talk about him. When he do great, I talk about how great he did. When he look like trash, I talk about how he looked like trash and why he did. That's how this works. So at the end of the day, Tua is our quarterback now. He probably will be next year. I say that too. It's easy money, man. It's always something defensive, offensive line, wide receiver, coaching, but never Tua. Hey, you know the golden rule on this channel. You know how it works. You better read the screen. You better read the screen. That's what they do right there. They got that's in there Tua Bible. Thou shalt not hold Tua accountable. Nothing he does is his fault. Nothing. I gotta go to this PFF too. I want to see if they updated it, because sometimes they update the PFF after a day, because they go verify with the coach's film after the original film. Yeah, give me a second. That's interesting. I didn't know this. Tua's actually having his worst year for completion percentage. Did y'all know that? 64.8% this year. I don't know if some of y'all knew that. He's having his worst year for completion percentage. So in other words, CD, you're not a fan of Tua. He's my favorite Dolphin player. That's why he made me so mad. That's why I get on him so much. Playing like trash all the time. I love Tua. I don't like how he play. Hate how he play. Yep, the final update, he was a 49.7 on PFF. 49.7. He is running a 64.8 completion percentage this year. No, it ain't the lowest. His rookie year was 64.1. Last year was pretty high at 67.8. I guess you can call that pretty high. That's interesting to me, though. You would think Tua is 70% guy, the most accurate guy that they always talking about. The man is at 64.8% completion percentage this year. Not even 65, y'all. And they always talk about Herbert and them completion percentage, which ain't great, but they can't talk about that no more. And y'all don't understand, man. Ball placement is everything. That's what I be trying to tell y'all. Ball placement is everything in this league. Everything. Hey, Lou, you still in here? Let me know, Lou. Lou, let me know if you're still in here. I'm going to wait by 1 minute to see if you're still in here. And the Rams tied at 3-3. He may not be in here no more. I just hit him up. Hold on. Say something in the comment section, Lou. Just let me know you're listening. Because Lou will know what I'm talking about. I'm going to tell him something. Say something in the comment section, Lou. I just want to make sure you're listening when I say this. Do you think our D has a chance against the Packers? If we can get our pass rush there, you can make Aaron Rodgers' day real nasty. You can make his day real nasty. All right, so there go Lou. So Lou, let me tell you how you know EM or Tua near, right? And y'all don't know, we be talking to EM a lot on the phone, right? So yesterday is when the games is going on, right? Let me show you how he always trying to compare Tua to other quarterbacks to justify Tua's bad play. So he's like, he always say things like, look at this Houston defense. Tua ripped them apart, and Mahomes out here struggling, right? And he only said that, and this tell you, EM don't be doing no research. He only said it because they were down. The Chiefs were down, so he thinking Mahomes having a bad game. I said, fool, Mahomes got 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Mahomes got 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. And right when I said that, Mahomes scored again, right? Mahomes had went in and Mahomes scored again. And his next word was, and this wasn't even overtime. This was regulation, okay? Then he gonna talk about he not winning though. And Tua did. I said he is winning. Then he went back and looked. Because I said he had a rushing touchdown and 2 passing touchdowns or whatever. He went back and looked and was like, well, Jalen Hurts struggling again. Just keep moving the goalposts. He want to do whatever he can to justify Tua's play. All because I said Tua didn't play well versus the Texans. Tua had 1 touchdown versus the Texans. Yeah, he put up 300 yards. You got Tyreek and Waddle. He did not have a great game versus the Texans. Every chance he get, he argue with me trying to justify why Tua he's done enough and all this and that. Him need to stop going back and forth. He know where he lies, what he believes. He just conflicted because he know everything that he want to happen ain't transforming and happening. It just ain't happening. But I'm here to tell EM, you don't have to keep on going back and forth. Just believe in your guy and say he's the guy. Say you think he's going to be the guy, at least. Don't say, no, I got to wait for the end of the season and see the full evaluation. But every time he start winning games and stuff, hey, he's showing enough right now. I think he's it. Okay, well, stick to that. I'm not saying Tua didn't have his part in the loss. Everyone that don't play good get called out by me. Football is a team sport. Yeah, I agree. You spot on, bro. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. The problem is you got a guy who we're trying to see if he's going to be the long-term answer and give big money to because the big money is going to screw the roster. This is what you got to think about. The big money is going to screw the roster. The big money is going to screw the team. The big money is basically gonna right then and there say, now we got to take a little bit of this talent away from you and we need you to carry us. Tua's going to the Pro Bowl because his coach's fans voted him in, obviously. So now his 5th-year option is no longer $22 million, it's $28 million. And they got to pick up his 5th option this year. You can't wait to after next year. It has to be done this offseason. So if they pick up that 5th-year option, there you go already going to $28 million. You already in salary cap trouble. You already in salary cap trouble. And right now you're paying him $8 million every year. Coasting, easy money. But as soon as that go to 28, 20 more million got to come off of this team somewhere. When you ain't even got enough money to try to figure out how you're going to keep Christian Wilkins and other guys. So without the 40 million, you already going to be sitting there like, oh, what do we do? And then if you're going to pick up the 28 million at some point, you got to say, hey, are we going to give him 45 million a year? Another 20 on top of that? Because remember, every time you pay a quarterback that kind of money, you're taking that kind of money away from the team. And this notion, well, the salary cap goes up. Y'all got to understand it's a percentage. If the salary cap goes up 10%, every salary on the roster's value goes up 10%. So if a top cornerback used to be worth $16 million, now they're $17.6. It don't all just go to a quarterback. Then you won't be able to afford nobody because everybody markets go up when the salary cap goes up. And on top of it, the salary cap ain't even keeping up with the growth that it was supposed to. A lot of people don't know 3 years ago, it went down 10 million. Then when the pandemic hit, it went down 28 million. And last year, it went back up 10 million, but it's still behind by 28 million. So even if it goes up 20 million next year, it will be technically behind by 12 million on normal growth. They got a few years where the salary cap got to catch up to what they hoped that it would have been. So all of these are decisions that have to be made. They will be made, and I'll be here to talk about whether they were good or not. Whatever they do. Whatever they decide to do. Somebody said 28 million for Tua. Hell no. Hey, and this is the funny part. Our defense was trash. The more money you spend, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. I mean, when you're paying a left tackle and a center the money they're making, and you're paying Tyreek Hill $30 billion, do you know the Chiefs got away with paying this man, what, 12, 13, 14 million most years? And we gave him a $16, $20 million raise? I got to look that up. I want to see what Tyreek has made in his career. I got to look at his historic salary. How much the Chiefs benefited and for how many years. All right, let's see. Career earnings. Let's go. 2016, 550,000. Jesus. 2017, 570,000. 2018, 690,000. 2019, $6.5 million. 2020, $16 million. Finally got paid. 2021, $15.6 million. 2022 with the Dolphins, $26.6 million, which means they're back ending it. One of these paydays is going to be massive. In 2023, he's expected $26 million. 2024, $20 million. 2025, $23 million. 2026, $45 million. But that's the non-guarantees. They don't expect for him to be on the roster after 2024. You're going to have Tyreek Hill for 2 more years, ladies and gentlemen, unless they restructure him way down, in which they could, because he'll be older. It'll be hard for another team to give him another $30 million bag. So we might be able to reconstruct, the contract in 2025 again. I don't know. But the most the Chiefs ever had to pay was 16. But this is the funny part. Let me do this math real quick with the Chiefs. 31, 32, 38, 40. The Chiefs have had him for 6 years and only had to pay him $40 million. That's $6.8 million a year. The Chiefs have had Tyreek Hill on an average of $6.8 million a year. 6.8. And we're going to pretty much have an average of 30 million, but right now, 27 this year, 26 next year, so forth and so on. Tyreek going to give us 3 years. I got to see what was his guarantees on the contract. Let me see the guaranteed money. That'll tell you right there. All right. Total guarantees is 72 million. 52 million guaranteed at signing. Let me look at the details. Signing bonus. 2023 salary is guaranteed plus roster bonus. 2024 salary fully guarantees. March 2023. And Green Bay just scored. March 2023. Let me see something. Right now, ooh, that's tough. Yeah. March of next offseason, his 2024 salary is fully guaranteed. And he'll be a $25 million cap hit or something like that at that point. So he's definitely locked in 2024 because I don't see this offseason them cutting him. 2025 and 26, $1 million roster bonus if you make it. All Pro Bowl appearances get $250,000. So he gonna get that. That's just a little extra money. So he's here to 2022, 23, and 24, 3 years.
He's going to be 3 years worth of contract, y'all. He'll be 3 years worth of contract. And they actually got it accurate in the estimations. 52, 62, 72. Yeah, he going to get 3 years. And they either going to restructure or they're going to move on after 3 years with ain't much dead cap. That's why I told y'all we're in a window. You blow this window now, ain't no making it better because you're not going to get players that's as good as him. You're not going to have talent that's as good. That's another thing you need to think about. We are getting some of the best of the best. When you replace them, 9 times out of 10, the guy you replace him with, he may be good, but he ain't going to be the same. He's not going to be the same guy. He's not going to be as good. If Tyreek putting up 2,000 with us, you going back to getting your 1,300-yard receiver. All right, who else y'all talking about? Y'all said, all right, I'm gonna look up some more people for y'all because I see y'all asking about certain players. Teron Armstead. Yeah, Teron Armstead, he only had guarantees of $43 million. His is a little more friendly. Let me see. This year, his cap hit is $4 million. Jesus, next year is $20 million. It just jumps. That's why I told people we ain't got no money next year. $20 million next year. And the year after that, 17. That's your $40 million right there. He exited in the same time as Tyreek. And he's older. He gonna keep getting banged up, y'all. I won't be surprised if one of these years he ain't even playing and getting paid. Y'all want another one? Who else y'all want? Nick Chubb. All right, let's go. Bradley Chubb. I don't even remember what his contract was, what we signed him for. I know you had to give him money. You gave up an asset for him. All right. Whew, Jesus. $53 million guaranteed. All right. 5 year. Let's see what it's going to take us. This year, let's see. One moment. This year's a $3 million cap hit. Next year, God, he goes straight up to $22 million, $22,200,000. 2024, he goes up to $23 million. Yeah, and he's out at the 2025. Because I don't see how you gonna pay him $23 million in 2025. Well, his age, yeah, it's gonna be hard, man. I don't know. Will he still be, because his salary goes up in 2025 and 2026 and 2027. But you can cut him and don't have much dead cap. So everybody's gonna be done in 2024, the way the contract's set up. I don't see him continuing unless they restructure for less. So, especially if we don't wasted all that money on a guy that ain't giving us the production that we hoped for. Something to say. That's all 3 of those guys. Now, keep in mind, this is what y'all got to remember too. Between that time, Robert Hunt gonna need his money. Y'all see, y'all ain't think about who's on the team on a rookie deal. Tua gonna need his money if you keep him. Christian Wilkins, he gonna need his money starting this offseason. He gonna be having them talks. We ain't talking about those guys. Robert Hunt is an elite player at his position, and he gonna get in the teens. Christian Wilkins gonna have a 2 in front of his number. He gonna get over $20 million a year playing the way he play. Tua, we already know what quarterbacks get. 5th-year option, 28 already. You see what's happening? Their salaries are going to replace these big name salaries, but then you still got to replace the players that you're getting rid of with these big names. Anybody else y'all want me to do? How much will Hill, Armstead, and them together? Basically, when I look at their salaries, they coming up to almost $67-68 million by themselves for the next 3 years. 70 million by themselves for the next 3 years. Let me look at Xavier Howard, because you just restructured his, so he got guaranteed money. He's still on the books. Give me a second. Let me add him too. Why does this thing keep putting an R in? Xavier N. All right. The Dolphins are disappointing me. Lordy Jesus. Oh, this hurts. Oh, Jesus. The same thing. At least next year, it ain't bad. But the year after, oh my gosh. Next year, X is only a $10 million cap hit. In 2024, he's $26 million cap hit. And that's still with $23 million of dead cap. Now, they did restructure him to 2027. So say they don't want him in 2024. They get rid of him in 2024. They're going to save. They have $23 million in dead cap, right? And they'll have 4 more years left on his contract. So what you do is you take that $23 million and divide it by 4. So that'll be like it'll be like $5.8 million per year of dead cap. He's gone, but you're paying $5.6 million. He's gone. If you cut him in 2024, he's gone, or trade him, he's gone, but you're still paying $6 million for the next 4 years. $6 million, $6 million, $6 million, $6 million. Now that gives you $19 million in cap saving that year. But now you still got to find a player just as good. Xavier Howard's not going to be on his roster in 2024. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. He's not going to be on the roster in 2024. Next year may be the last year you see him, unless they trade him in the offseason for a quarterback, as a part of a quarterback deal, or just to get more draft assets for the future. See, what y'all need to understand, the Dolphins could very well be in a shift next year. If we don't get out of the first round this year, the Dolphins might go into an aggressive shift. What does that mean? Gesicki walks. He ain't even under contract with us, right? Xavier Howard, they trade him. Thank you. Yep, go close that for me. But here's the deal. Who wants to trade Xavier Howard for that kind of contract? So he's not tradable. They may actually legitimately have to cut Xavier Howard and live with paying $6 million a dead cap for the next 4 years. That's not bad, y'all. $6 million. He ain't on the roster and is going against the cap, but you're at least saving $19 million. Otherwise, you're going to pay him $26 million. Is Xavier Howard worth $26 million right now? Is Xavier Howard even worth $15 million right now? He ain't playing like it. Yes. Arm. You got toothpaste on your arm, okay? Go wipe your arm down, okay? Yes, you got toothpaste on your arm. I don't know how you did it, but okay. My bad, y'all. So he's going to be a casualty. Either they're going to trade him this offseason coming up, which is not likely, because who wants that salary, right? Or you're about to see your last season with Xavier Howard next year, because he's only a 10. No. Let me back up. He could get traded next offseason. I'm wrong, because next offseason, his cap hit next year is only $10 million. So somebody could say, hey, X, we're going to trade for you because we want you and we still believe in you, right? That $10 million next year ain't hard for them. But what they'll do is say, but we need to restructure your contract. You know the Dolphins gonna cut you next year, and you ain't got that much more guaranteed money. Your contract was $36 million guaranteed, and that was a restructure, and you ain't gonna have that much left on top of that. So this is what we want to do. We want to go ahead and restructure you. You got a 5-year, $90 million contract, which basically is $18 million a year. We'll give you a 5-year deal worth $12 million a year. We'll give you a $50 million contract, and we'll guarantee 30, so you at least get 3 years of it. And that's going to be a bargain for whoever get him, but he's still going downhill. They still going to be taking the L because he ain't the same player, and he's getting older. But they're going to want him if they're win now mode next year. So they'll actually trade him just to restructure his deal. That could very well be what happens, because how old is X? 29, and next year he'll be 30. This is his last chance. This will be his last chance. You ain't getting no major contract after this. Matter of fact, I'm being generous, talking about 5-year, $50 million, 12 a year. Man, somebody might come in with that salary and be like, listen, we gonna trade for you, but we're gonna restructure your deal to a 3-year, $30 million. They might do that. So X is going to give us a little bit of cap relief after next year. He's not going to be here. Highly unlikely. And if he's still here, he restructured again, and we're just really setting ourselves up for bad money in the future. Okay? Byron Jones, let's do Byron. All right, Byron Jones. See what Byron talking about. All right, Byron, 5-year, $82 million, guarantees 54. Yeah, he hit us hard on that. Byron already made 17, 16. Let me do the math. That's 32, 33, almost 34. Plus this year's 6. He's made 40, but he got 54 guaranteed, so they still owe him $14 million next year. And he's a cap hit of $19 million next year. But he has restructured his deal for avoidable years. 4 avoidable years. All right, y'all. It's highly likely Byron Jones will not be on the team next year. He will have $18 million dead cap with 4 years left on the contract, which means they'll have dead cap of $4.5 million for each year. $4.5 million dead cap for each year is likely. Okay. So Byron Jones will be cut in the offseason. That is highly likely that he will be cut in the offseason, and we'll eat the $4.5 million dead cap. Now, eating the $4.5 million dead cap will give us an additional, next year, it'll give us $14 million of cap relief. Okay. But remember, I keep trying to tell y'all, even though we're looking at money coming back in our pocket with all these things I'm telling y'all, which he's the first player that's going to give us money back next year. He's going to put us around positive 13 million based off of our negative 2 million now. But the thing is, who you going to put out there anyway on the opposite side? Everybody like, look at the guys we got now. Trust me, ain't none of them Byron Jones. This is the point that I be making with y'all. The replacement is going to be a great value version. Therefore, remember, we're doing this so that we can afford our offense and try to get better. But this is the whole point of, it ain't our fault that the defense was bad. Your defense is going to be bad when you're putting this kind of money on the offense, and it's going to get worse. They're going to shift even more money off of the defense and put it on the offense. So we're building ourselves to win shootouts. So remember that. Don't be putting it on the defense. Additional $8.34 million of 2022 salary fully guaranteed on March 18th due to his injury. Byron hit them hard. Byron hit him right in the mouth. Byron hit him right in the mouth. He said, man, I'm going to guarantee my salary. I'm going to sit out on this injury. Yep. Byron hit him hard. That's why they don't like it. Yep. Byron hit him hard. All right. I think that's it, man. But are we at halftime? Are we at halftime right now in this game? Oh, it's 40-something seconds. 10-6, 46 seconds left. Everybody watching right now, I need y'all to do me a favor. I'm going to play the countdown. I just need to, where I'm staying right now, I got some, hold on, y'all. I have some important laundry I got to take out, put in, and put in the dryer, and then start a new load real quick. I know that sounds crazy, but y'all give me about 3 minutes or something, and I'll be right back. So I actually need to take a break, okay? But I will be right back because I want to go through some more of these salary caps and tell y'all what it looked like, because we need to know what's going on with the team. I'll see y'all in a few minutes.
On the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time.
All right, we back, y'all. We're going to go over a few more, but the Green Bay got 7 minutes left. They trying to set up some type of Hail Mary or something, I'm sure. All right, you got to pay Waddle. Waddle better than Hill. Yeah, they still going to try to back in those contracts. Even when they pay Waddle and stuff like that, they'll pay him in the first 2 years. It'll be a little bit of money because of the contracts we got now. Then the back end is going to be heavy. They're going to keep trying to stagger it. But still, at some point, you're going to have holes on your team when you overpay your best players. Tyreek Hill, even though he's been so phenomenal, any receiver making $30 million is overpaid. A lot of Bradley Chubb, overpaid. There, knowing you're probably only going to have him 12 games a season, 13, you could be considered overpaid. All these things matter. All right, we're going to see what they do on a Hail Mary. How many yards Aaron Rodgers got tonight? 108. Let me just look at my prize pick real quick. Hopefully you get a big reception here to help me out because he behind on my full game numbers. Why are you doing all that, Aaron Rodgers? Oh, freaking bum, man. Freaking bum. Oh, that bum. Anyway, all right, real quick, let me just 7. What time is it? All right, anywho, let's keep it moving. Yeah, but for real though, like who else y'all want to see on the team? Anybody else on the team? Money y'all want me to look at? But that's it. That's kind of the state of the Miami Dolphins, though. From a salary standpoint, man, it's tough. It's tough. Y'all hit the like button for me. Miami. Sportrac. I'm looking at what our salary cap looking like. Ogba, great. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me pull that up. Emmanuel Ogba. Let me get these cords. Let me see. Emmanuel Ogba. That's a big one, too. That's a big one, too. 4 years, $64 million. Guarantees are 32. This year, he was a cap hit. That was an injury of 11. So we got 22 million more guarantee. Ooh. Next year, Ogba is a $17 million cap hit, y'all. 17. And you're not going to cut him to have $7 million a dead cap for the next 3. But 2024, he's gone. He won't even be around in 2024. So y'all need to look for them drafting another DN unless Bradley Chubb is his replacement. And once again, we probably overpaid in that. Bradley Chubb might be Ogba's replacement. They might move on from Ogba next year and take $7 million dead cap a year. And you know what's funny about it? They could create space for a quarterback when you think about it. Watch this. You cut Ogba, right? You eat the $7 million dead cap for the next 3 years. But that saves you $14 million next year. Byron Jones, you cut him. You're going to eat $6 million a dead cap for the next 3 years. But it's also going to save you $14 million. right there is that's like 20, that's almost 30 million right there. That's 28 million right there. 28 million right there. The problem is you want to replace him unless you got a quarterback that's going to be like, we ain't got to replace him. We got that dude now. Now we're a 35-point a game offense, guaranteed. X, you're going to have him one more year. It's a wrap. So that's those two guys right there. Plus, if you did go get a quarterback, you're going to be trading Tua. So you could take that $8 million off the books. That's about $36 million. So yeah, they could do it easily. $36 million right there. And there's a few other ways. But if you're going to keep Tua, then you need to keep certain people intact because you need the best team around them you can. So it's different ways to look at it. Different ways to look at it. You said Jerome Baker, he's done. Jerome Baker ain't going to be on this team next year. His contract should definitely be over by now. At least, 3 year, $37 million. 28 guaranteed. Excuse me. Let me see. Yeah. He's done, man. Next year, Jerome Baker. See, this year he's only capping against us for $7.5 million. Next year he's $12.5 million. Dang, man, you might actually have that food for one more year. Let me see. Give me a second. Okay, you gave him a $12 million, so he already got a lot of money up front. 11, 22. Yeah, he bought fresh out of guarantees. Yeah, you can move on next year. The problem is you got $9 million dead cap for 4 years, so you'll eat about $2.2 million, $2.25 million for 4 years of dead cap. So yeah, Jerome Baker, they can move on from that. They don't want to pay that man no $12.5 million. They'll save that. They'll take the $2.5 million dead cap each year for the next 4 years, but they'll save $10 million right there. For 2024, he's $15 million against the cap. So they'll move on from Jerome Baker. And there you go right there. That's 3 players giving you $40 million. Now, remember, we talk about 3 players right there giving you $40 million. But when you replace them, you ain't going to get as good. Now, you can get a better linebacker, but you got to pay for them. But how you going to replace the corner? How you going to replace the Chubb? Probably replace the DN. But so it ain't that bad. But at the same token, are you getting better, though? TD was playing around with the ESPN playoff machine last night and found out it is actually still possible for Miami to get the 1 seed. Yeah, of course, it's possible. But that means Kansas City has to lose 3 in a row. Buffalo has to lose 3 in a row. By 2 other teams have to lose 3 in a row. Look, next week it won't be possible anymore, okay? It won't be possible anymore next week. Play with the machine however you want. It will not be possible anymore. Yeah, we're not. At the end of the day, 1 Buffalo win, and it ain't possible for us to get better than 5th. 5th is the best we can get. 1 more win by Buffalo out of these 3. It don't matter when they get the win. 1 more win, we can't be better than 5th. Brandon Jones, I mean, isn't he, man, that's a young contract. That's a young contract. I don't think that's much of a concern like that, I don't think. Yeah, man, he on a rookie deal, man. Yeah. Well, hold on. I see where we should talk about him because he's one of the guys that's going to need his new contract. Next year is the last year he's under contract. Then he's an unrestricted free agent. So you ain't going to have a safety. So he needs his money. So he needs to be talked about. So in the offseason, I usually do these. So I'm going to wait. We can talk about it now, but I line up all the people whose contracts will be due in the next 2 years. I line up all the people whose contracts are expiring. I line up all the people whose contract we can get out of. And we strategically try to evaluate what do we think will happen from a monetary standpoint. And Brandon Jones is going to be a big player because he needs a new deal. And he ain't going to be getting paid no $1.5 million like he doing now. $1.3 million like he doing now. Brandon Jones going to need his, he going to need his $5-6 million. See, these are guys that as you start to think about, we could, CD just showed me how we could save $40 million, where you got to replace those guys and you got to deal with the raises that certain players getting like Brandon Jones. Robert Hunt. Let me look at Robert Hunt. Was Robert Hunt the same year as Brandon Jones? Let me see. They're going to move on from Needham, y'all. Yeah, same thing with Robert Hunt. Same thing. He going to go from $2.5 million a year, and he going to need his contract that give him about $10+ million a year, 11, 12. He's a top guard. So all that money we talk about we could find in savings, we got to pay these young guys now, and we still got to replace the people that we saving money from. All that has to happen. Gesicki is done. He's no longer under contract after this year. You can't trade him. He's a free agent. He's just done. He's going to walk. He's going to enter the free agent market. That Robert Hunt year draft with Brandon Jones and Robert Hunt, who else was drafted during that time? Who else was in that draft? Noah? No, he got to pay us money back. Noah's done. And if Noah was in that draft, that's the year we had 3 first-round picks. So who else? Who else? Is that Austin Jackson? Yeah, that's Austin Jackson. Will they keep Austin Jackson? Will they keep Austin Jackson? And Tua was in that draft too. If they keep Tua, he's going to eat up most of the money anyway. All right, let me see something here. Austin, Noah Hunt, Raekwon Davis. Interesting. It's the next year after that where it's going to be interesting. That Waddle year. Yeah, that Waddle year is going to be interesting. Who did we get in that year? It was Waddle. Who else? Who all was in that year? I be forgetting Waddle. Javon Holland, Jalen Phillips. So next year, we'll be having a conversation about those guys coming up. And all of them may be deserving of a contract. And that's real money. Yeah, it's just going to get worse and worse for us from a salary cap standpoint. All right. So anyway, let me look at this real quick. Even right now, I didn't notice the Miami Dolphins have $18 million of dead cap that they're paying. $18 million of dead cap. Slippin' Jimmy said we went all in this year. If we miss the playoffs, everything must go, including QB. We ain't gonna miss the playoffs. I keep telling y'all that. William Harmon, you so right, bro. He ain't worth the money, man. But real quick, I need to find this dead cap. Hold on. Okay, who are we paying dead cap on this year? Devontae Parker, $5.4 million. Chase Edmonds, $4.3 million. Jakeem Grant, $1.4 million. Jesse Davis, $1 million. Sony Michel, $900,000. And a whole bunch of itty bitty hundreds of thousands with a whole bunch of guys under that. It's so crazy. Man, we got people I don't even remember that we paying some dead cap on. So yeah, we got dead cap. We literally have dead cap this year of 18 million. I'm telling y'all now, next year it might be real bad. Well, this thing is saying that we got 5 million in cap space. I don't know what they're doing to adjust this. Active roster 151. Injured reserve 30 million. That's 181. Pup list. Byron is the only one on the pup reserve list for 6 million. Practice squad 2.3 million. And dead cap 18 million. Total cap totals, base salaries 111 million. Let's see. Cap totals 212,600. Reserve money, reserve pup, dead money, practice squad. Yeah, right now we're coming up to 207. And the adjusted salary cap, they made a $2 million adjustment for us. And we rolled over 2.2 million from last year. Last year, we brought over 2.2 million into this year. So they made our cap this year 212,600. That ain't every team. You know every team's cap hit is different, right? You know how you be like, the salary cap is this year. That's not how it works. You got a 2-year window on salary cap. So say your salary cap is, let me give y'all an example. Say the salary cap is 100 million one year and 100 million the second year. Everything is a rolling 2 years. So if you only use 90 in the first year, you can spend 110 in the second year. Does that make sense? So you can spend 110 in the second year. You can carry money over if you want. So right now they say we got 5 mil. And I believe it because I'm looking at a whole bunch of crazy restructures and stuff with voidable years. The Dolphins have been putting a whole bunch of voidable years on a lot of these expiring big contracts because they know they're in trouble for the future. So Chris Greer is working his behind off right now, trying to figure out how to get cap relief going forward. But it's making it bad for us down the line. Like none of y'all would have thought that we had 18 million of dead cap right now, did you? None of y'all would have thought we'd have 18 million dead cap right now. That counts against our cap this year. And with these moves they might make in the offseason, it's going to start getting even worse years to come. All right. I just flipped over to next year. We're negative 1.3 million next year, and that's with us carrying over the 5 million. If we still keep that 5 million we got right now and put it to next year, we are still negative 1.3 million next year. And that's just with your top 51 salaries. That's not the 53-man roster. That's your top 51. As of right now, our contracts say that we'll be negative $1.38 million. Now, they're going to make those cuts and stuff that I told you about. We're going to have some dead cap, but we're going to be probably positive 30 million in the offseason, positive 40, depending on how aggressive they get. The Dolphins can find a way to get to around positive $40 million of free cap next year. But that 40 million mean that you lost X. You moved on. No, not X. You moved on from Byron. You moved on from Ogbah. You moved on from Jerome. But remember, you got to replace those guys. And that also doesn't calculate guys getting their new contracts, like Christian Wilkins and things like that. The good thing is we're only 1 million dead cap next year, but when we make those cuts, it's going to go right back up. And that's with the salary cap that went up to 230 next year. That's with an improved salary cap. We're still negative. We're still negative. Mm. Whew. So it'll be interesting. Be real interesting. Mm. Very interesting. And I'm looking at the multi-year look. Yeah, I just thought about it. Trent Sherfield ain't even under contract next year. While losing those guys suck, I think the only defensive player that are absolute must to keep are Wilkins, Hollins, Phillips, and Brandon Jones. Got to pay him, though. River Craycraft ain't under contract next year. Trent Sherfield is not under contract next year. And Cedric Wilson is overpaid. We're about to be paying him $8 million each year for the next 2 years after this, and that is overpaid for a guy who gets 1 or 2 catches a game. I'm sorry. To me, that is overpaid. Yeah, that's interesting. Tight ends will be on the last year of their contracts. Connor Williams is going to request a new deal because he's going to be on the last year of his contract, and he's going to get paid big money because he's still young. Connor Williams is still young. Yeah, Austin Jackson is going to need his money going through these contracts. Greg Little, a free agent next year. Brandon Shell, Eric Fisher, all them right tackles. Trey Flowers coming up. Christian Wilkins and Zach Zeiler both will be needing new contracts eventually. Raekwon Davis as well. John Jenkins, Justin Zimmer. Melvin Ingram. He's a free agent next year. Duke Riley, Landon Roberts, Andrew Van Winkle, and Sam Eguavoen are all free agents next year. Your whole linebacking core pretty much free agents almost, your interior. Eric Rose a free agent. Nick Needham's a free agent. Justin Bethel, or whatever. Clayton Fedulum. Your punter a free agent. That's pretty much it. That's our financial snapshot. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all works out. We losing everyone. Yeah, not really. Yeah, we're going to play with this one day as Green Bay scores again. We're going to play with it one day because we could do a simulation on here, like if we release certain players. Like if you release the Xavier Howard and all the Byron Jones and players like that, it'll tell you what the cap and everything with the team will look like, how much dead cap you'll have, all of that stuff. So they actually have the tool on Sportrac. So we'll do this live one day. Be pretty dope. We'll go to 2023 and see what it looks like. And we'll do that work. Also, you could trade on here and everything to see what the numbers would look like. So this is pretty dope. I might do a show like this soon. Because looking at it, this is definitely dope. Yeah, releasing Byron next year. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's going to give us cap space. Now we're at 2.6 million. Jerome Baker gone. We go up to 8 million. Jerome Baker, a big piece. Who else were we talking about? I need to move on from Noah. So I'm going to get this thing fixed where I can share it on my screen. For some reason, it hadn't been working for the last few days. But it'll tell us, what all we need, who we could remove. And we could add free agents if we want to. So it'll be fun. Yeah, I know they scored a touchdown. So this is pretty cool, man. We definitely gonna have to work with this. Play with it some. Oh man, let's see how it looks when you trade Tua. I mean, we ain't gonna do that, but that doesn't help us at all. Because remember, his contract was fully guaranteed. And it's the last year or the fourth year. So it's raw it'll be dead cap anyway. It doesn't help you trading Tua. I just thought about it. His contract was fully guaranteed, 30 million, 32 million. So we do not benefit from that. Now trading him may. All right, let's see. We get rid of Tua. We receive from, let's just hypothetically say, Baltimore. A draft pick or something like that. Let's see, Tua. We saved $4.7 million. So yeah, if you trade him, you can get some savings. You get savings, yeah. Can the Rams even come back in this game? Look like they toasted. That defense all over that run game right now. I didn't even put in a draft pick, y'all, because it don't let you. It asks you what player you're trading for. Let me see if you trade Xavier Howard. I'm just going to say Baltimore. Process trade. Yeah, Xavier Howard. Man, Xavier Howard will save you $22 million if we trade him. He would save us $22 million trading him. But something, no, he wouldn't. He would cost us $22 million trading him. I'm sorry. Our cap space will be negative $10 million because all that dead cap. All that dead cap. Now they'll structure it and spread it out to give us relief, but that dead cap will hit us hard. All right, I'm done with this right now. I'm going to learn this even more because it's definitely intricate and it's pretty dope. We're going to have fun with this in the off season. Big time. Let me move this real quick. 2nd and 22 for the Rams. I need to look up on Green Bay's defensive ranking. Triple S with the donation said, "What's up, TD? What are your top 3 re-signings priorities for this coming season? Mine are 1 Wilkins, Sherfield, Wilson, or Mostert." I don't know about the Sherfields, Wilson, and Mostert. Depending on how much they're gonna cost. Where baby girl? Okay, cool. All right, where you headed? I don't know. Just call me when you decide. I'm good. Thank you, though. So the Rams are punting. But yeah, let me look at these defensive rankings, man. All right, y'all. I'm pulling it up. Best defenses. All right, top 20. The Chargers have the 20th ranked defense. The Dolphins are 19. See, we got a better defense than the Dolphins. See, that's what I was trying to tell y'all. We got a better defense than the Dolphins and than the Chargers. We've been trash on defense, but our pass rush and what we usually do with you see, our defense is just like Tua's play. Against them bum teams, we rattled them, did a few things. Anyway, let me get off that. Chargers are number 20. Dolphins are 19. Detroit Lions are 18. Interesting. They've gotten better. Rams are 17. So, yeah, Aaron Rodgers might do something against RD. Colts 16. Carolina 15. Tennessee is 14. New Orleans 13. Pittsburgh 12. Tampa 11. Baltimore 10. Bengals 9. Washington 8. Patriots 7. Buffalo 6th. Dallas 5. Jets 4. Denver 3. Philly 2. San Francisco 1. So Green Bay's defense is trash to not even be in the top 20. So, yeah, man, easy win, man. I don't want to hear what people trying to make it seem like it's going to be a hard win just to sell. We already know who they be trying to sell. This would be an easy W. Easy W. It better be an easy W with this offense. Let's look at the rankings here. In points, Green Bay is 13th. They don't give up many points. They're 13th. Tied with the Jets. Wait, hold on. Let me see. I think that's what that means. Same as us. Wait, hold on. Hey, what does that mean? Y'all give me a second. Hold on. All right, let's see what this means. Sacks. All right, Green Bay is one of the teams that gets the most sacks. They're fourth in the NFL at 29 sacks. Interceptions. Man, what is this? Oh, that's why I got the filter. Oh, I gotta get out of this. Hold on, y'all. The wrong filter. For a moment. Hello? Okay, I'll get it now. Bye. Y'all give me 15 seconds. All right, we good. I'm gonna look it up, man. Defensive stats. Packers look like they about to score again, but they playing bums. They playing bums. All right, here we go. Defensive stats. Yards per game. San Francisco is number 1. Where are the Dolphins? Jesus. Let's see. 130. We're 23rd. Green Bay is 18th. So they're better in that area. Not by far. What else do we have? Rushing. Let's see. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're 10th in rushing. Green Bay is 30th in rushing D. So run the ball against them. Run the ball against them. All right, passing yards a game. Touchdown Green Bay, y'all. They got another touchdown. All right, passing yards per game. Wow, Green Bay is number 3 in the NFL. So they have their secondary is only the Eagles and the Cowboys hold you to less yards, and the Jets are 4th. So that's another one that's interesting. And New England is 9th. So the last 3 teams that we play, all 3 of them are top 10 in passing defense. All of them are top teams in passing defense. A matter of fact, we haven't played a team this year that has a top 10 passing defense other than the Jets, and we lost. It wasn't with everybody, but we lost. We haven't played a single team with passing defense. Chargers are number 12, and we see what they did. Cleveland they're 13th, and we killed them. San Francisco is 14th, and they did us in dirty. Trying to see who we played and where they rank. Buffalo 19th. Houston is 20th. Bengals 21st. Pittsburgh 25th. I don't know why we struggle so much with them. Baltimore 26th. Baltimore actually has been trash in pass defense this year. 26, y'all. We're 28th. The Lions are 30th. I know we killed it. Look at what we did with the Lions. 30th. And Tennessee, believe it or not, is 32nd in the NFL in pass defense this year. But they have had tons of injuries as well, which is crazy. All right. Let's see something. Any other stats that matter? All right, sacks. Let me see. Green Bay. Yeah, we're better than Green Bay in sacks this year. Green Bay is one of the least amount of sack teams. Let me see. Time of possession per game. Dolphins are 5th in the NFL with time of possession, which is crazy, not good. All right, the stat that matters the most is points per game. The Jets are 4th in points per game. New England is 7th. And Green Bay, hold on. Green Bay is 19th. Miami is 27th in points per game that's given up. I told y'all we've been giving up points all year. We're 27th with 24.6 points a game we give up. Ain't nothing new. Been told y'all that. See, another site has Bills as number 2 overall defense. This wasn't overall. This is individual categories. I'm giving you what they rank in every single category. And I know why they got Bills number 2, because Bills are the number 2 team in the NFL with points per game. That's 17.9. 17.9 points a game is what that defense gives up. The Jets season comes down to Thursday. Not really. They need to win, but not really. Jets only have a 25% chance of making the playoffs. Yeah, but they win on Thursday. That number goes up. That's how that works. That's how it works. Man, if Miami don't run the ball on Green Bay, we tripping because they out here running. We better run the ball. But this is what's funny to me about Miami. And I've been arguing with people about this. They say, imagine if we had a run game. Tua's numbers would only be better. I said, no. The last 2 years, every time the O-line blocked and we ran well, in the few games that we did, just like this year, every time we did that and we actually had the support, it was some of his worst games. They were some of Tua's worst games when the O-line finally played well and the run game finally rushed for over 120, 140, 150. Those are some of Tua's worst games. And they say if we had a run game, his completion percentage and everything would be even higher. We'd suck the defense in and he'd eat even more. How? When yesterday the run game doesn't get better than we did on Saturday. And the man went 17-30. The man went 17-30. It's not adding up. 57% completion. I don't understand these narratives out here. They don't make sense when the rubber meets the road. If we had a run game, he'd be even better. Every time we run the ball well, he's actually worse. Every time the line actually block well, he's actually worse. It doesn't add up, man. Yeah, I know we'll throw against Green Bay. It'll be an interesting game, though. It'll be an interesting game. Six drop passes. 2 of them were touchdowns. Now, how do you fix that? What does this team need to do to have a team that doesn't drop passes? What do we do? How do you fix it? If that's what y'all want to keep bringing up, how do we fix it? Should we go get a $30 million receiver in the offseason and fix it? Please tell me, how do you fix it? Because if it's your reality, it's your reality. You're going to get drops. You're going to have drops. Yeah, I'll be streaming on Christmas. And I think the larger part of it is y'all not recognizing that some of these drops are due to bad ball placement as well. But y'all could care less. A guy could be reaching towards the ground and put his hands on it and bobble it, but he should have caught it. All right, keep that mentality. You're just going to keep getting people that drop the ball. Instead of saying Tua, throw a better ball. I promise you the completion percentage will go up. I promise you the completion percentage would go up and you'd have less drop balls if they were good ball placement. Bad ball placement is not considered a drop. Yes, it is. If they get 2 hands on it and don't catch it, they're going to consider it a drop. That's what the stats show you. It goes down as a drop pass. Now, PFF, they have us with less drops because they calculated if it's a bad pass, it's not a drop. PFF does it the right way. But the raw drop numbers, no. Touchdown Rams. The raw drop numbers, that doesn't count ball placement. Now, PFF counts ball placement on drops, but that number is lower on PFF. That's why everybody talking about there were 6 drops in that game, but PFF said there were 2. Let that sink in. There were 6 quote-unquote drop balls in that game, but PFF said there were 2. And PFF also says Tua Tagovailoa only had 53% of good placement balls in the game. But we'll ignore that. His accuracy was 53% in the game. But ignore that. When Tua was going off around week 8, week 9, week 10, or whatever it was, all I saw was PFF on every Twitter feed and everything. Tua's the number 1 PFF quarterback. Tua's the number 1 on this on PFF. Tua's the number 1. For 2 years straight, everybody took a number 2 on PFF. I said PFF is the most accurate you're going to get because they put context into everything. They don't just go off of a cute quarterback rating that don't tell you nothing about rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, which quarterbacks do too. They don't tell you what bad throws. They don't tell you turnover-worthy play. They don't do none of that. Quarterback rating is how many touchdowns you got versus how many interceptions versus how many yards and what was your completion percentage. Let me put the formula together. That's your rating. Passer rating, you could throw a 1-yard pass, easy as can be, they go for 90 yards. Touchdown. and you get the same score as a guy that throws a 60-yard dime touchdown. You get the same rating as if it was the same level of difficulty. I've been hearing PFF all season. Soon as he lose 3 games in a row, bro, PFF don't never get it right. Bro, PFF ain't the gospel. Bro, PFF, oh my gosh. Now look at y'all. Now look at you. PFF take it all into consideration, the context of the game. Everybody say he had a good game. PFF rated him a 49.7 or something like that. Trash. Because when they looked at it, they saw all kind of opportunity on the field. They saw a lot of plays that weren't made was due to his ball placement. And that weak arm, Patrick. And we still in the third quarter. K. Lewis, Tua. Oh, Lord, is Green Bay finna return this kick? Nope, but he got a good return. That's a great return. I will say this, though. If we lose to Green Bay, it's going to be the most nerve-wracking 2 weeks of our lives, Dolphin fans. But we still can make the playoffs as long as we beat the Jets and Patriots. But it's going to be the most nerve-wracking 2 weeks of our lives. And why would it have had to come down to that? And you know what I do hate about it? It's going to be perfect weather for Green Bay, too. It's going to be in the 50s in Miami, y'all. Shocking, ain't it? Christmas Day in Miami will actually be in the 50s. You know, we used to 70s and stuff even in December. But on that day, it'll be in the 50s. And that's perfect for them. That's like a nice, beautiful, warm day for them. For us, it's still cold. It's just as cold as it was in what you call it, Los Angeles Chargers. Let me see Miami. Let me look at the forecast just in case it changes over the next few. Yep, Saturday 49, Sunday 48 is the low. Depends on what it is at that time. Dang, why is that the lowest day for the next 10 days? Is that Sunday? Christmas Day, and the game is early. It's 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central. It's earlier than it usually is. The high on that Sunday is 58. The high is 58. So it'll be between 48 and 58. That means for the game, we're going to be looking at 55-degree weather pretty much for the game. It's still early in the day at that time. It'll be around 54, somewhere around that. That's a cool day in Miami. It's never usually that cool. What I really want to see is what the weather going to be like in New England, honestly. Man, don't tell me this is real. Is this real, y'all? It's negative 14 in New England right now. Is this real? Right now, it's negative 14 in New England. Do I have the right? No, I must be in a whole different I'm in a different place. My bad. I must be in another country or something. I'm tripping. Hold on. Oh, sorry. That was North Dakota. New England, North Dakota. They got one too. So oh man. Let me see here. All right, let me see. All right, let me pull this up. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, it's gonna keep getting cold in New England too. Well, not New England, but Foxborough. But yeah, right now it's a low of 26, 24, then 20, then 23, then 25. Saturday is 18, and on Sunday is 15 degrees. But that ain't the Sunday we'll be there. We'll be there the following Sunday. So let me look at the long term. Mm. Mm, 33 here, TD. I am in Boston. Wow. I'm trying to figure out what like the long term weather's gonna look like for like when the Dolphins go down. We go to New England on Sunday the 1st. Oh, that ain't bad. It'll be a high of 53 and a low of 38. At least as of right now, it says that. So it's not snowing, but it is going to be a cold and rainy day. It'll be cold and rainy. So it's like that Tennessee weather. Do y'all remember what the weather was that day when we played Tennessee? Yeah. It's the highest rain chance in the whole month on that Sunday. So it probably will be raining and cold. It's just a matter of how cold. Because they got the high at 53, but the low at 38. I want to compare that. Do y'all remember what day we played the Tennessee Titans last year? 3 weeks before the season was over. I'll look it up. Let's see. All right, Miami versus Tennessee was January 2nd, 2022. All right, let me look up what the weather was. January 2, 2022 weather. What Tennessee play? That's in Nashville? I don't know. I don't even know where the Titans play. I don't even know. Do they play? What city do they play in? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Nashville? Okay, Nashville, Tennessee. All right, let me see. All right, so January 2nd, on that day, Sunday, January 2nd, it was 57 was the high and a low of 43. Okay. A low of 43 and a high of 57. It was in the middle of the day. So it's pretty much about 50 degrees or whatever. So yeah, similar situation, just maybe raining more in New England. It just might rain a little more in New England. So New England has a high. I forgot. Dang, I moved off of it. Yeah, so New England's going to be, once again, it's going to be a high of 53 and a low of 38. So it's going to be colder in New England and raining. So we might have a Tennessee game again on the road in New England. A little bit worse conditions. We'll see how it goes, man. Rain, snow. I mean, it doesn't snow, and it's not going to snow. I don't think it snows in 37. I think it snows like 33 or below. Yeah. Was it 2 balls or was it 7? Oh, let me see. Maybe I read it wrong. PFF say he has 7 drops. It's funny, it keeps changing. Let me see. Maybe I'm off here. It wouldn't be the first time. All right. I'm looking at 2 drops. I'm looking at 2 drops on PFF. Yep, 2 drops. Hold on, let me make sure. DRP might mean something else. Drops. On target passes dropped by the receiver. Thank you, PFF. It might have been 7 drops, but according to PFF, the DRP rating, DRP stands for drops. On target passes dropped by the receiver. On target passes. Tua had 2 on target passes that were dropped by the receiver. So you may want to, Green Bay just picked them off. You may want to go back and say, hey, that's not what PFF is saying. Now, he might show you 7 drops somewhere on PFF. But it ain't Tua's drops. It's Miami Dolphins drops. Okay? Under the Miami Dolphins, you might actually see 7 drops. But I am on Tua Tagovailoa. And his drops, which means on target passes that were actually dropped by receivers. One was in the end zone. That was the Tyreek. I couldn't imagine them saying the Sherfield one was a drop, because why are you throwing low into the ground when the guy got separation? Ain't nobody going to blow him up. You just put it in his chest. Yep. I'm looking at it right here. I do you one better, man. How about I just pull it up and show y'all what PFF says? Let's go. PFF. Tua Tagovailoa. All right. Let me go to the premium stats. Hold on. Let me back up. Let me share my screen. Make sure y'all can see the share screen. Window, bam. All right. Now, all these people out here that claim they got PFF, okay. Now, this is the $10 a month version, okay, of PFF. Give you all your little basic stuff, right? But them same people out here trying to give you information, tell them to do me a favor. Give PFF a little bit more money. Hold on. Let me move this. Tell them to give PF a little bit more money. You see this view and premium stats? See that costs a little more money. Okay. So tell them to make sure that they subscribe to premium so they can get all the detailed numbers on whoever they looking at. Not just the outside numbers. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Let me blow this up a little bit for you. 150 will do. 150 will do. Yeah, they do. They think drops are always on receivers, which is crazy, man. Personal foul. All right, so look, this is all you need to see. This is what you need to see right here. So we're going to come across. You know the Buffalo game is the one at the bottom. That's the one right there at the bottom. 49.7% PFF rating. As a passer, he was a 46.9. Luckily, he must have ran a little and got a little favorable score running the ball. That's the only reason it was higher. And yeah, so let's come across. If it's going to let us come across. Here we go with this mess. Oh, my bad, y'all. Give me a second. All right, pin. Pass one, fumble. Oh, it ain't letting me come across. All right, that means I got to go to another subcategory. Yeah, offense. Let me see. Also, offensive grade charts. We already did this. Okay, this was the first half of the season. The middle so far. And the back end. All right, so this ain't telling us. Hold on. All right, passing. Here we go. All right, here you go. Oh, boy, stay still. Don't do me like that. Okay. All right, you see this category up here that said DRP, which stands for drops. Okay. Let's go to the key. Let's go to the key. The key for drops, DRP says, oh no, that's DPR. DRP, drops on target passes dropped by the receiver. Only on target passes that were dropped by the receiver. Okay? So where is he on drops? 2. There were 2 drops in the game that were on target by receivers. Right down here, that's 2. They actually dropped the ball in the Houston game 3 times, and they dropped the ball in the Pittsburgh game 3 times. Those were on target ones. These are all the drops Tua has. So when you look at the context of it all, 3, 6, 9, 12 games, and you got 20 drops that were on target. That's your true drop number. So what does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? 12 divided by 20. Anybody want to do the math for us? You have 1.16 drop a game. 1 drop a game. Almost just 1 drop a game. Are we complaining, ladies and gentlemen, about 1 drop a game? Are we going to complain about 1 drop a game? So I'm sorry. I don't know where whoever you said got their numbers from, but make sure they got PFF Premium. It may say the Miami Dolphins dropped 7 balls, but when it comes to these stats, it tells you how many of those were actually on target passes. That's the real stat. That's why PFF does the work. People try to diminish PFF, but PFF actually does the work. They put context behind stuff. They don't just look at the raw data, which could be misleading. So I'm not going to debate it with 7 drops. I don't think there was, but I'm not going to sit here and say, okay, there were 7 drops. I'm not going to debate it. Maybe there was, but it wasn't all on the receivers. All them passes in the flat overthrown. No. Don't want to hear it. This man got 20 drops. You said look at Allen's drops per game. Josh Allen, I can do it. So whoever you're listening to, just make sure, quarterback, make sure they got the premium package of PFF, okay? Okay, that's right. All right, drops. Josh Allen got 31 drops on the season. I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it no more. I don't want to hear from nobody. This man got 31 drops on the season. And these are on target drops. On target drops. Good throws that were dropped. 31. Don't want to hear all these lying narratives out here. They tell you what you want to hear. They lie to you and they say it boldly too. They say it boldly. Trying to blame it on drops. Man, get out of here. We had 2. So if there were a lot of drops, if there were 7 and 2 of them were the receiver's fault, then what do you think the other 5 were? Your quarterback's fault? If there were 7, I thought it was 5 or 6, but hey, maybe there was 7 drops. But 2 of them was the receiver's fault. The other 5 were your quarterback. Facts hurting people. Nobody can be hurt about what we talk about. Yeah, forgive me. 20 divided by 12. I did that backwards. Forgive me. Thanks for correcting me. I always tell y'all, correct me if I'm wrong, acknowledge me if I'm right. So 1.67 a game. You average 2 a game. Less than 2 a game. But let's just round up. Like, ladies and gentlemen, can we not have 2 drops a game? I promise you that's probably the league average. It might be better than the league average. 1.6 drops a game. And we're going to say it's bad? You mean to tell me 2 guys drop an on-target ball a game? And we're going to make it seem like that's an issue? That is not an issue. Is PFF worth it? If you want real data, if you want somebody that's going to give you real data, yeah, PFF is worth it. If a guy throw a ball 10 feet in the air and a 6-foot receiver jump up and he get his tippity-ippity fingers on it because he trying hard as he can to bail his quarterback out, and he just can't come down with it. He gave it his all. Regular data is going to tell you that's a drop because he got his hands on it. PFF going to tell you that ain't on him. You don't get that going in your favor. That is not on him. This is real data. PFF take all that fluff out, all that QBR fluff and all that just give you general information. If you had 400 yards and threw the ball 20 times, all them QB ratings going to give you the same thing as if you had 400 yards and threw the ball 40 times. Y'all know the 20 times is more impressive, but the QB are the same yardage, same touchdowns, same interceptions. QB are the same. No, I want a rating that's going to say, hey, I had double the yards per catch, and I want that to count in my rating. But the truth is, people always pick whatever one fits their narrative. And I just stick with PFF over any because it actually does the work. It actually puts every play into context. It tells you how many big boy throws a guy had in a game. Look at this game. We still on Josh Allen? Yeah. Josh Allen in this game. And what was his PFF in this game? Look at that. Josh Allen didn't even have a good PFF in the game, 53.8. Y'all remember all them passes he was missing? Do y'all remember all the passes Josh Allen was missing in that game? I don't know if y'all noticed that. How many times X got burnt, but Josh Allen overthrew his guy? He had a whole bunch of yards and stuff, but he wasn't even that efficient. He missed some big time throws in that game. He did it with his legs, obviously. Now look at this, though. But he also got a lot of big time throws. Look at that. 4 big time throws in the game. But he also has 6 turnover worthy plays. Josh Allen has 6 turnover worthy plays in that game. 6 of them. But you're not going to see that in the numbers. You're not going to see that in the raw data. And he had no drops that he put it on the money, and they dropped it. Something got to be off, though. They don't make sense. I know he missed some people, but now I'm questioning PFF because actually in that game, I remember he had more than 2 touchdowns. Something wrong with PFF, y'all. We can't go off of this week in Miami. This can't be right. I know he missed some throws, but I don't see why his rating will be 53.8. So that means Tua's may be wrong too. Tua's PFF may be wrong too, y'all. I get that he missed some big time throws, but I don't see how his passer rating could be that low. Him missing throws, I thought he would at least still be in the 70s. That don't make no sense. I feel like Josh Allen's PFF would have been like 78 or something like that, or, you know. Maybe they'll update it on Tuesday. Maybe they'll update it on Tuesday. It don't make no sense. He should have been at least 25 points higher than this. Dang, the man didn't throw for 400 yards. Something is off. Yeah, Tua's must be wrong, y'all. Because he didn't even have 400. Something wrong. PFF need to update their system or something. They not updating that. Yeah. Well, I don't know what's going week 3. Yeah. Nah, this is week. Oh, why there's a week 3? I must have picked one of these categories. My bad. Hold on. Let's go to week. There it is, week 15. Okay. 81. Okay, now it makes sense. And his passer rating 78. Okay, it makes sense now. Big time throws 5. 2 turnover worthy plays. That's where I knew something was up. And 4 touchdowns. There we go. My bad. There we go. Yeah, I knew he missed some throws, but I know it wasn't that bad. They're like, oh, dang. Okay, now why am I off on my weeks? Why did it go like that? There we go. That makes sense now. Big time throws 5. You know how many big time throws and how many drops? How many drops? 3 that were on target. He had more than Tua. So what's the excuse? He had more than Tua. He had more than Tua. So what's the excuse? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. That's all we getting is excuses. Man, had more drops than Tua. Man, hold on. How many yards Aaron Rodgers got? 208. Man, I need 223. I need 16 more yards or he going to screw my little prize picks. And they just keep running the ball. But yeah, man. TD, you missed the super chat. Let me see. I'm not just a Bills fan, but a football fan. That being said, I need you to say Josh Allen is trash with that smirk on your face. Good getting respect. He is trash. You know he trash. He just good right now. Leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. Oh, man. But yeah, man. Now, I want you to look at this chart, right? Let's look at Josh Allen's bad games for the season, right? Let's look at his bad games based off of PFF. The first game versus Miami, he actually played like trash, y'all. The first Miami game was his worst game of the season. First, and he threw 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, but it wasn't a good game. PFF said basically he had a lot of flaws in that game. His second lowest was against the Jets, 60.7, and then another one versus the Jets, 63.3. Outside of that, this man ain't had a low-rated game. Outside of that, he ain't had nothing under man, pretty much 74. He ain't had nothing under 74. Tua. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. 6 games under that. And we out here talking about MVPs and stuff. Jesus. All right, Aaron Rodgers got 13 on that. Man, he gonna screw me. Watch he screw me. Aaron Rodgers got 221, and all I need is 224. 3 more freaking yards, and I'm not gonna get it. 3 more freaking yards, y'all. All I need is 3 yards from Aaron Rodgers. 3 yards. And we got 4 minutes left, and you know they just gonna keep running the ball, and then he gonna miss the 3rd down, and they gonna punt, and that's gonna be it for me. 3 more yards, man. Come on, Aaron. Come on, Aaron. Ah, jeez. Toss to the right. First down. Yep. See, I knew they're going to run and get a first, and then, I ain't got it, y'all. Come on, Aaron Rodgers. 3 freaking yards. 600 easy on 3 yards. 600. And they may run all 3 downs anyway and just get a field goal because it doesn't even matter. Please break a tackle. Oh, gosh, man. No game. Oh, my gosh. I don't know what told me he going to throw it out there in the flat to one-on-one. Oh, just break one tackle. And sure enough, they don't. Oh, my gosh. Come on. 3 yards. Aaron, please. Said TD close PFF. Nah, y'all gonna watch this screen. Y'all gonna look at Tua PFF. Y'all gonna own this. Here we go. Aaron under center. They'll hand it off again. We got timeout Green Bay. Oh my gosh. Back to Tua. Look at this mess. Look at this mess. Look at the big time throws. 17 on the season. What Josh Allen got? Let me go to a new premium. Let me go Josh Allen on this. I can do any quarterback passing. Tua got 17 big time throws this year. Josh Allen got 39. 30 freaking 9. Justin Herbert. How many he got? 22? Yeah, Herbert ain't throwing no big time throws either. Tennessee and Miami. All right, here we go. Aaron Rodgers they're gonna run the ball though. Fakes the toss, please, please. Let's go. Let's eat. Let's go. Easy money. Let's go. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. PrizePicks, get in the game, ladies and gentlemen. PrizePicks, get in the game. Get in the game. PrizePicks. All I did was two picks for the 200. And I did CJ McCullough in the NBA to get 19 points tonight, and he got 31. And I did Aaron Rodgers to get 223 and a half, and he got 220, whatever. It's over. That's all I know. It's over now. PrizePicks, get in the game. Easy. It's starting to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go. I don't even know what they be saying. Oh, man. TD straight. Always watch TD. He has a good show. See what I mean? Listen to him. Oh, Lord. I'm just wondering how many big plays Purdy has in 3 games. LOL. Purdy? Let's look at little Purdy. Let's look at little Purdy. How you spell Purdy name? P-U-R-D-Y? Is that what it is? Right? Brock Purdy? Brock Purdy! Brock actually ain't having no great games now, but he doing enough. Look at that. Miami game, he actually wasn't as good PFF-wise. And he only got 1 big-time throw on the season. They haven't needed him to do much. But the last 2 weeks, shockingly enough, he's actually been very good, according to PFF. They are loving what he's been doing on PFF. Tampa Bay Seattle game, he brought a little bit more out of himself. 2 touchdowns. Though. Yeah, but you see them interceptions, though? That'll get you. Them interceptions are real heavy weights, man. That's even on your quarterback rating. Those interceptions will get you. That's what got him in those first 2 weeks. Look at Mahomes. Mahomes boy. Mahomes boy. Look at that, man. This man got 2 bad games this year. One is Denver 2 weeks ago, and one is the Chargers. After that, yeah, Mahomes look like he might be the MVP. I'm going to have to look at Jalen Hurts. See, the thing about PFF, it also takes into account what you do with your legs, too. They don't discount you like quarterback rating does. They don't discount you like quarterback rating. But this is nice. This is big time. All right, let's go to Jalen Hurts. Well, let's go to his big time throws real quick. 28 big time throws from Patrick Mahomes. Oh, Green Bay incomplete. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers is doing, but I know what you bet not do. You bet not throw it in the flat and get no negative yards. I do know that much. Let's go to Jalen Hurts. Hurts. Yeah, this is the MVP. Look at that. 1 bad game, not 2. He only got 1 little yellow blemish. And that was against Washington, a division game that he had 3 touchdowns, no picks. But he was very bad in running in that game. He must have really, and he had big time throws. Completion percentage was very poor in that game. So, yeah. That's what it is. But this is your MVP. Mahomes is your runner-up. This is what an MVP season looked like. This is what it looks like. You know what I want to do? I want to do quarterbacks by position. Passing grades, QB, all. Nope, just QBs. Let me stop. Let me go back. I don't want all. QBs. Yeah, give me a second. All right, here we go. All right, here's your PFF grades. Tua's still up there. He's number 7. He's been falling. He's been dropping fast, though. Look at that. Jacoby Brissett right behind Tua for the season. And you can use that because he done played 12 games. At least quarterbacks over 10 games, you can use it. But Tua at number 7. He went from number 1 to number 7 in 3 weeks. He was a 93 at one point. Then he went to an 89, then like an 85 or something. Now it's a 83-8. Boy, Tua better not end the season with a 7 in front of his number. That's all you need to know. Because with everything around you, you need to have one of those top-tier seasons. With everything around you. Boy, he is falling. Boy, if he have another... And let me tell you what's saving Tua. It's simply the interceptions. That's what's saving him. He ain't been getting interceptions. That's what's been helping him. That's it. Nothing else. And he better keep that up. But anyway, we'll go over more of this at some point. They said do Burrow and Herbert. I think we already looked at Herbert. But Burrow got 22 big-time throws. His rating is at 88.9, better than Tua. He only had 2 bad games this season, 2 orange. Yeah, he's up there in the MVP conversation too. He right there with Mahomes. Hurts is number 1. Burrow and Mahomes, you could argue up there. Yeah. Hey, I'm shocked Andy Dalton is that high this year. Hey. Burrow, Hurts. Burrow's ahead of Hurts. Oh, no, this ain't in order. I got to go in order. Here we go. Josh Allen is up there. Burrow, Hurts. That's your top right there. I'm top 4. Man, Tua can keep falling. Jacoby Brissett is going to stay at 82. So if Tua fall, that's going to hurt. Geno Smith, he right on the edge. You don't count Jordan Love. Trevor Lawrence starting to play good football. If he keep up what he doing for the next 3 weeks, he can get up there in the 80s. Same with Herbert, the way he been going lately. Aaron Rodgers, tonight is going to help him big time because what was Rodgers' number? Wait, he threw some picks. I ain't trying to hear that. Yeah, Rodgers 22 of 30, 229, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He probably going to stay around the same. Yep. Tom Brady, Kirk Cousins, Tannehill, all these other guys. But anyway, man, I'm finna get up out of here. I will see y'all tomorrow. Got some stream work coming y'all way tomorrow. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace. I am out.